from Travis Ortmeyer. This is Poland's Robert Szczepanski. Szczepanski said he likes to do Conan's wheel in the past. We'll have to wait and see. He has tremendous cardiovascular abilities, but he's holding the bar very low, and that can be dangerous. Szczepanski crossing 24 meters. Makes his first revolution, does Robert Szczepanski. This will put him into the lead currently with 2 men gone. Szczepanski puts down 48.77 meters for Poland's Robert Szczepanski. Szczepanski, at 31 years of age, nicknamed Maximus, owns a sports supplement shop back in Poland. He is a powerhouse.
To mi się podoba, że jest taka...
Szczepanski says, I like IFSA Strongman because this version is very serious around the world. And the IFSA version is very heavy and is for real strongmen.
Super jok, moja ulubiona konkurencja.
My best events, probably the yoke, the deadlift, Conan's wheel. Why? Well, they're just good for my style of strongman.
I jeszcze z takich dobrych moich konkurencji to jest zegar Conan's Wheel.
Ollie Thompson, Great Britain's strongest man, now steps up to take on Conan's wheel. And Ollie Thompson knows this is an opportunity that he can seize the moment. He can move up in the standings, maybe not into the top 1 or 2 or 3 spots, but he certainly can move up in the standings with a good showing in Conan's wheel. Through the first 8 meters, Ollie Thompson has a good pace going. As I said before, he can move up. This is a good event for Ollie Thompson. Coming up on 1 full revolution at 32 meters. Thompson showing signs of struggling. The strain is in his eyes. The strain is in his arms and his face. Laboring with each step. Crossing 40 meters, finishing at 40.92.
I had a bigger target, but I wasn't sure how my arm was going to hold out. I beat a few of the guys before me, which is important. It's just a shame. It's a good event for me normally. It's one of those things. It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Well, this is Saulius Brusokis, the number 3 man in Lithuania's strongest man. And he loves to do Conan's wheel. Why? Because he does not have the massive chest that some of the other big weightlifters have. He's able to breathe and able to move comfortably. Although he is a very tall man, he is able to move the implement with relative ease. And look how quickly he's through the first 16 meters. Saulius Brusokis now, after 24 meters, looks very comfortable. Past the first revolution, Brusokis. Will he make 2 full revolutions and be the first man to do so? Saulius Brusokis trying to hang on. Trying to get to that second one, but cannot make the second revolution. 60.82 meters for Lithuania's Saulius Brusokis. A superb effort.
Fantastic. That's my discipline. Yeah.
Well, fellow Lithuanian Vidas Blekaitis, who currently sits as second strongest man in Lithuania. Now, I've seen Vidas do this event before with the same weight and the same apparatus, and he was absolutely stunning. We'll have to wait and see if he can duplicate that performance that I saw last year. Blekaitis through the first 8 meters has a good effort going. Look at the tremendous concentration on 1 revolution for Vidas Blekaitis of Lithuania. Starting to slow down, Blakaitis losing the implement. It's slipping from his hands as he nears the marker and stops at 56.57 meters for Vydas Blakaitis of Lithuania. Vydas says it was very difficult. I could do a bit more, but I'm already very tired. Vydas Blakaitis, the 34-year-old Lithuanian who is an army officer, nicknamed Man Speed. Vydas Blakaitis, one of the big men from Lithuania.
Pirmiausiai, aš dalyvau jėgos trikovės varžybose, powerliftinge, ir jau galiūnuose esu daug metų.
Vydas says he started out as a powerlifter, but in 1997 decided to be a strongman. He'd won all the titles through Lithuania. The only one that's been better than him is Žydrūnas Savikis.
Šiuo metu pralaimiu tik tai Žydrūnui Savickui, šiais metais pralaimėjau tik tai jam visose varžybose, todėl pasiekiau neblogą sportinę formą.
When asked about traveling with a group, with an entourage, he said, they're not just formal duties that these people perform. This is a group of friends and family. To be surrounded with family and relatives, they can help translate and even provide a massage or help any way possible. Outside of the strongman world, the profession for Vydas Blakaitis is a soldier and an officer in the Lithuanian army. Here's your current world champion, Žydrūnas Savickis. Coming down the runway, getting ready to take on Conan's wheel. Dr. Douglas Edmonds asking when he's ready. Now, for a big man like Savikis, this is a very tough event. The whistle goes, signaling the start of his start time and the time limit. Through 8 meters, the world champion looks to be in a comfortable pace. Now coming through 24 and up on 32 meters. Žydrūnas Savickis. Can he make 48 meters? No, the put down at 41.14 meters for world champion Žydrūnas Savickis.
Oh, it's not my favorite event. It's heavy. And I'm not so like this event because I was injured in this event. It's always careful.
Careful indeed, but that opens the door for Russian Mikhail Kuklayev. He needs to eclipse the mark set by Savickis at 41.14 meters. You see Misha get as close to the end of the bar as possible, and that is because he feels like he's lifting as little weight as possible. The same 300 kilos, 660 pounds, but Misha Kuklayev is rolling through the first 24 meters and on to 32 meters. Any distance that he can put between himself, Vereshchuk, and Savickis will mean the difference in possibly finishing first, second, or third. Kuklayev doing a great job and puts down 55.88 meters for Misha Kuklayev. Saulius Prusokis' mark of 60.82 meters is still standing, but here comes the Ukraine, Vasyl Vereshchuk, the former world champion in 2004. Vasyl, very slow and deliberate through the first 16 meters. Coming up on 24 meters, Vereshchuk, every step is a labor. Will he make at least one revolution? Vereshchuk does so and just gets past 34.01 meters for Ukraine, Vasyl Vereshchuk. Conan's wheel has always been deadly for every athlete. It tests endurance, it tests strength, it tests determination to be a champion. Solis Brousokis placed number 1 in this event on this day. Brousokis picks up the 12 points, Blakaitis in second, Kuklayev in third, Shapansky sitting in fourth spot. Bendik, Magnuson, Vitashchuk, Ortmeyer, Muramets, Katona, and Best round out the top 12. Here's how the final standings are looking. A 3-point lead for Misha Kuklayev over Zydrunas Savickas, the current world champion. Robert Shapansky sitting in 7th spot at 35.5 points. Coming up next time on the IFSA World Championships of Strongman, it's the Super Yoke Race and the Atlas Stones. These two events can separate the top 3 from the rest of the pack. This is where the best need to be the best. I'm Doug Anderson. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time on the IFSA World Championships.